Raiders training camp underway, and Derek Carr says, you know what? People are putting some disrespect on my team. People are sleeping on the Raiders, he said. Carr getting paid this offseason, agreeing to a 3-year extension worth more than $121 million. And he has even more reason to feel good about his team now that his college receiver, the elite Davante Adams, is now one of his targets. There's more from our Josina Anderson with Derek Carr at Raiders training camp.
So we are here with the Raiders quarterback, Derek Carr. And first of all, I just got to ask you, because you're coming off of the field, and why is Josh McDaniels have you guys doing suicides in the desert?
That's right. We got to be in shape, that's for sure. But it's been unbelievable being with Josh and being with this new regime. They've been great, but we're going to be in condition, that's for sure.
Now, listen, speaking of Josh, can you talk about the impact that the 6-time Super Bowl winning coach has already had on you as a quarterback individually, but also on this offense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's definitely putting his thumbprint on everybody, not just the system, but each player, the way that he sees things played at that position, whether it's receiver, quarterback, the way he wants things done, and the way, and it's really cool the way he teaches it, the way it all goes together. And, without getting into scheme and all that kind of stuff, but he for sure is putting his thumbprint saying, this is what I expect, and this is what I'm going to hold you to every day. And he's definitely done that with not just me, but undrafted guys and linemen and defense and corners. His thumbprint is not just on the offense, it's even on the defense too. It's been really cool to watch.
What's the difference with the offense, though, with him, though, as coach?
Everybody runs a lot of the similar plays. The way they come out, the way they do them, everybody has their own tweaks, and I would let him talk about how he wants to be different and things like that. Right now, we're just trying to get really good at learning the system. We're trying to get really good at what that looks like. Game to game, I don't know. I haven't played a game with him yet. I haven't game planned with him. I haven't done those things. But right now, it's pretty much training camp. We're putting the system in again, and we're trying to go through it and really iron out the details.
What do you think, though, because you were saying that no one's talking about us and all of those things, but I'm actually curious, what do you think is the patience level with this offense when you think about the resources that you guys have, when you think about the resume of the coach, and even the fact that the team has maneuverability with your contract, someone at your behest because you wanted them to be able to add the pieces? Mm-hmm.
That's right. I wanted to. I've been through a contract thing, before, and it didn't work out the same way that this one did. Where I signed and a lot of other guys signed as well, and that was important to me. And then, just when I say things, sometimes they just put the quote I put it, but they don't put the context in how I said it and things like that. And it was like, no one should really be talking about anybody. We haven't even played. No one's played a game yet, But I understand.
So you feel like no one should be talking. It's not that they are not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Even if they're not, even if it was the other way, my heart is I'm just trying to get better. There's so much of a new system that I need to master. We're going against the Chiefs, where they've been in the same system for years. They've dominated this division. They have won the division however many years in a row. And so, there's things that we got to catch up on. Then we got to do it in a fast, short period of time, and that's what my concern is. It's just trying to get better right now.
And do you feel like you're getting your due respect when you consider the context of the fact that you've had 6 coaches, including the interims, and as the quarterback, you've taken this team to 2 playoff appearances with that drought since 2002, but still, do you feel like you're still fighting for that and still having to reprove yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm trying to prove myself every day. I try and look at it that way. I know what this building thinks about me. I mean, they wanted to re-sign me, and I think that speaks more than words. I don't need them to talk about it, And when they did that, I was like, okay, they believe in me, and now it's all about football, And there's a lot of great people like yourself that have had my back and that love the way that I play. I try and do things with excellence. I try and do things the right way to show the younger generation, the younger kids, what it's supposed to look like, and be a good example and a role model, and then play good football and execute, and again, ultimately try and win football games. And we've done that at a little bit, and we're getting better, but again, none of that matters because this is a new team. And so every time you come into training camp, you have to prove yourself again. And so I always keep that chip on my shoulder, that kind of feeling, that mentality, because you have to.
Mm-hmm. I've got to talk about Davante Adams. Obviously, you're getting to reunite with your former college mate from Fresno State. I'm curious, though, how have you accelerated the chemistry? Because that 2013 was a long time ago, on and off the field.
Absolutely, and college is a different game.
Yes.
You know, that's a different game. But we both feel like we're better football players now than we were then. We're more experienced, and we used to train together even when he was with the Packers. You know, we lived right next to each other in the Bay Area, and so we were training for 6-7 years every year together. So it really wasn't like we haven't been throwing, like we haven't been working together and getting better. It's really just since we moved to Las Vegas that we haven't had that time. And so when he came back, it wasn't like, man, it's been 10 years. You know, no, it's like
he's already familiar with the house. You've already given him steak and shrimp at the local restaurant.
Oh, absolutely. I already bought dinner. You know, we've already done that. We've been doing that for years. You know, and so yeah, our families know each other well, and there was no, okay, let's get this thing going again. It was like we've kind of already been doing it, but now we're doing it together.
Yes. Last couple questions here with Davante Adams. Can you talk about the impact that he's had on the young wide receivers? I saw Waller and Renfro talking about watching his releases just off the line with the double wiper move and all that other stuff in terms of the details that they're picking. What do you see in your observation?
Yeah, what's really cool about our team is you see a lot of the players that have been established, the guys that have made Pro Bowls or gotten contracts or things like that. The younger guys that have come in are really gravitating towards those guys and just trying to learn. When I came in, I was around Charles Woodson, Justin Tuck, Matt Schaub. I was trying to pick their brain all the time. Darren McFadden, MJD, and I would just watch them. I'd watch their routine, and I feel it. And C. Wood is someone that's still super close to me. He's always texting me. He's always challenging me, always raising the bar for me, and he's someone that. For me, has been a big brother, and that's kind of what you see going on here. Is with Davante, he's just trying to show him what it looks like, and he's anybody who asks him a question, whether you're the first receiver or the 10th receiver on the roster, he'll take 30 minutes to explain something to him, and I think that's what makes a really good football team.
Is it crazy for Justin Jefferson to be saying that he's going to be the best wide receiver by the end of this year when you got a guy like Adams, on your team?
Hey, I'm not getting into all that. It's not crazy, but Justin is a heck of a football player. I can tell you that. That's right.
Nice, Bob and Weaving. Last question, Darren Waller, obviously. Can you just talk about his impact on this offense, his role, and how important it is for him also to get his contractual due with everyone else so far getting paid?
Yeah, I remember my dad always told me, he said, don't put your hand in another man's pocket. And so, that's none of my business. Yeah. And I know Darren, if I don't want to speak for him, but he just wants to play football. Yeah. And so he's like the most unselfish superstar I've ever been around. During games, he'll have one catch, and we got 25 points, or whatever, and hey, we're good, man. Keep it going. They're double. He doesn't care about all that. Now, when that time comes, they'll figure all that stuff out. But for right now, he's focused on getting better and leading that tight end room, and we got a lot of good tight ends in that room that are help pushing him, and it's been really cool to watch.
Big opportunity for the Derek Carr-led Raiders to make a big statement in the 2022 season. We appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you, as always. Thank you. All right, back to you guys.
So maybe you're one of those people who doesn't think Derek Carr is very clutch, but he really is. Most game-winning drives since 2014 during his career. Derek Carr's there at the top with 30, followed by Matt Stafford, who's tied with him. More than Big Ben and more than the other quarterback now in his division, Russell Wilson. Taking a look at the Raiders' schedule here, again, fourth best odds, if you can call them that, by far in the AFC West. They're plus 700. Well behind everyone else, but you will see the Raiders a little bit ahead of this because they are in the Hall of Fame game against the Jags. That going down August 4th.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.